So what should we think of the story? We should say at the outset that not every tragedy has obvious lessons. We are hesitant to draw quick and dirty political conclusions, particularly partisan ones, from something bad that happened. Not every mudslide in Sri Lanka or cyclone in Ohio was the result of climate change. Fair. But it's still interesting to know a lot more about the man who apparently committed this crime, Frank James. Who was he? What did he think? Well, it turns out that for years, Frank James posted black supremacist rants on his YouTube channel for all to see. Some of these videos date back to 2013 and continue to very recently. He uploaded within the last few days. Overnight, the journalist Andy Ngo unearthed a number of these posts. You can go find them online. We're not going to show them to you. But we want to read you some excerpts so you have some idea of what this man was thinking. In one video he posted to YouTube, James declares that, quote, white people and black people, as we call ourselves, should not have any contact with each other. Blacks and whites, so-called, should not even be in the same hemisphere. James seemed especially enraged that Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson, Joe Biden's Supreme Court pick, had married a white man. Quote, I had no idea that she would be married to a white man. Yeah, our black sister Supreme Court Justice, power to the people, is married to an effing white man. In other posts, James called for violence against people on the basis of their skin color. In one video, James says, for example, that, quote, the white MFers that I want to kill, you know, I really want to kill them because they're white. Pretty direct about his feelings on that. On Facebook, he posted a meme that said, quote, oh, black Jesus, please kill all the whiteys. Why was he so angry? Well, James explained that himself. Quote, the vast majority of people, white MFers, are racist. He'd seen that on CNN, and he believed it. There were signs long before the shooting yesterday that James was dangerous and that he might act out against other people. In one instance, James filmed himself shouting racial epithets at people on the street. Quote, F you and your white ass too, you MFer. And to throw that in for good luck. I don't listen, yeah, white racist MFer. They do exist. They do effing exist. We could go on and on and on. He attacks Asians, too. Disgusting. So this guy was a racist. He was not a white supremacist. And that might surprise you because Joe Biden and some of the shills who work for him, including the Attorney General and the head of DHS, have told us again and again and again, and the New York Times has confirmed this again and again and again, that white supremacists, right-wing Trump voters, are the #1 terror threat in the United States of America. Here's Biden.
We must confront and defeat political extremism, white supremacy, and domestic terrorism.
White supremacy, domestic terrorism, that we must confront and we will defeat.
According to the United States intelligence community, domestic terrorism from white supremacists is the most lethal terrorist threat in the homeland.
What a liar he is. Yeah, there are racists of all colors in this country, but white supremacy is not the main threat we face. Racial animus of all kinds is not the main threat we face. And in fact, since Joe Biden took office, there has not been a single deadly attack by a white supremacist or a QAnon shaman. At the same time, since Joe Biden took office, a BLM supporter rammed his car into a barricade at the Capitol and murdered a police officer. Then another BLM supporter ran over dozens of people, including children, at a Christmas parade in Wisconsin, in Waukesha, killing 6 people. Many more were maimed. Most recently, a BLM supporter, and by the way, an honoree of the Barack Obama Foundation, tried to assassinate a mayoral candidate in Kentucky. Again, most people who commit acts of violence like this are mentally ill. So there isn't always an obvious political lesson. But if you take 3 steps back, maybe if the entire news media tells you every day of your life that America hates you because of your skin color, you might respond to that at a certain point. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't we see more crimes like this? They're being abetted and effectively encouraged by the Biden administration and the American news media, obviously. And it's bad for everybody of all colors. Sowing race hatred, suspicion, anxiety is terrible for the country, and they're doing it every single day. Subscribe to the Fox News YouTube channel to catch our nightly opens, stories that are changing the world and changing your life. From Tucker Carlson Tonight.